Yeah, we got this 5-year-old. She's a racist, okay? I want to be clear. I'm not raising her this way. This is a choice that she is making, okay? I've advised her against it. She keeps doing it. So my daughter's best friend is this 5-year-old Chinese boy named Hudson, okay? They are best friends. They do everything together. They literally have we've been on vacation. They have sleepovers. They are inseparable, okay? And we're at a school thing, and his parents come up to us and go, hey, I don't want to say this too loud, but we're moving to a different town, and my daughter's losing her best friend. Yeah, devastated. They move away a month ago, heartbroken, crying every day, doesn't want to do anything, doesn't want to hang out. And I'm like, I got to cheer this girl up. I take her to the park last weekend. We're walking to the park, and a couple of blocks up on the other side of the street, she sees this other... Hold on. She's this other 5-year-old Asian boy and just goes, oh my God, it's Hudson! And you can't explain to a 5-year-old I know you think they all look alike. I get it. I've been here, okay? You can think it. You can't fucking say it. And I ignore it because you don't want to reinforce that kind of behavior in a child. And we keep walking and I get closer to this kid and it was Hudson. So... yeah. Maybe Dad's a little racist. I don't know.
Abortion joke once, a lady yelled at me. She's like, hey, you shouldn't do jokes like that. I've had an abortion. That's very insensitive. I was like, hey, I just made a joke. I think what you did was much worse. just joking. I like abortion. I paid for a few. You remember? But, one time me and a lady were at an abortion clinic, and there was a guy protesting. He was like, hey, you're a murderer. I was like, I don't know about murder. I really more just hired a hitman. Also, if abortion's murder, if I go to jail for that, I want murderer status, I walk in, everybody's like, whoa, what are you in for? I'm like, murder. They're like, damn, who'd you kill? I'm like, a relative. Shit, what'd you do that for? Well, I caught him inside my gal. Oh yeah, I missed that gal. She was fun. She was a cool gal. Even after the abortion, she was like, hey, let's go get some drinks. I was like, I don't know if you drink on an empty stomach.
The minute I had my baby, I looked at my husband, I was like, you could never. I was like, no, you could never. Oh, my God, it made me feel strong as a woman, because I was like, fuck this. Because men, I love you, sir. You probably do many things I cannot do, like set up the cable. I don't know who on earth to call, but fucking childbirth, you could never. There's too many crazy things about childbirth, but it's not your fault because you haven't trained for discomfort the way that we've trained for it. We've trained to be uncomfortable. Everything in our lives has been uncomfortable. We got mustaches the same time you did, but we didn't keep ours. We burned it from our face. We shave our toes. We shouldn't have to. Hair removal itself, it's like we wax it, we pluck it, we electrocute it, we take sugar, we rip it, we sew it, we let a little Indian lady fucking sew our faces off, okay? We wear high heels, which is the meanest shoe to balance your body on. We wear bodysuits, we take a perfectly good t-shirt and go, I wonder what this would feel like directly in my asshole. And then we walk around like perfect tuck, which is a shirt in our asshole, and then we wear tampons, and you know that if we wear them too long, we could lose a leg. Do you know what the male equivalent of that is? It's war. It's fucking war. War. That's how you lose legs. We get Botox, and men get Botox too, but women get Botox, and they look at us and they go, oh, do you want your laugh lines gone? As if to say, have you been enjoying your life thus far? You nasty ass pig. Let me fix you. We get manicures and pedicures, and they hurt. We never tell them, ouch, they could cut off my finger to be like, it's square. I love it. We curl our hair. We take a 200-degree rod, stick it next to our eyeball so that you think we went to the beach. It's fucking insane. We do all these things to prep us. That is our prep work for childbirth. Childbirth is our Super Bowl. That is our practice. This is what we've worked for. All these micro pains to get through this one moment where it's the most pain we've ever felt in our entire lives. And our husbands are in the corner like, I don't know, these New Balances are stiff.
But man, as I lose weight, I'm realizing I'm gonna miss a couple things about being a big girl. I had some perks. I had some perks over there. I had fat people privileges. And nobody talks about them. You don't even know you have them until they're gone. Like, kidnapping? I was safe. I was good. It's gonna take at least 2 to 3 niggas to put me in the van. I'm not going out without a fight. And I have backups. Like, come on. Baby, you getting jumped.
That's fun. You gotta, you see, whoa, dude, who just said whoa? First of all, to the fucking able-haired section over here, kiss my entire dick. Yeah, anyone else balded? There he is. Thank you for being here, Santa. I appreciate you. That's fucking me in the future, right there. What's up, pal? Do you like being bald? Be honest with me. You own it. Okay. There's not much. What are you gonna return it? Not much you can do. Like, I get there's meds, but they don't fucking work. This is it, dude. Like, if one of you Clark Kent looking fucks had a bad hair day, there's something you could do about it. There's no bad hair days as a bald guy. There's just fucking bad days. Right? You take off your hat and someone goes, wow.
I was a teacher for 7 years before I did this, right? Thank you. I am a hero. I taught K through 12, right? And so I know each age group really well, right? Like, and I don't know that I would be able to parent each age group equally with like equal enthusiasm, you know? Because like I'll break it down. K through 5th graders, those are my favorites. They're cute, they're adorable, they say the cutest things. I just could eat them up, right? And then high schoolers are amazing because I think it's so cool to watch someone of that age find their voice, come into their own personality. You know, that's such a beautiful thing. And then 6th through 8th graders, I hope they all fucking die. Today, okay? And I want to watch, right? There's not a worse group of human beings on the planet than middle school children. They're bad to the core, do you understand? Bad personalities, disgusting faces. Get your acne away from me.
I'm a rapper, that is my job. I do freestyle rap. That's a rap you make up, it's improvised. And you get to pick what the rap's about. So, if you're sat over here, what would you like a freestyle rap about? Didier Drogba, the Ivorian soccer player of whom only 2 people in this room have heard of. This section here, what would you like a rap about? Times Square Elmo, very good. Middle of the room, what would you like a rap about? We'll get another one from this section as well. Game of Thrones, this section here, what would you like a rap about? Chili's. And last one, DJ. Let's drop that beat. Take the chance, you gotta grab one. 8 years ago, my man was wanking off the dragon, sitting there. You know it's starting, HBO, Game of Thrones. I really love George R.R. Martin. He's better than Tolkien or any other chaps writing sci-fi now. I just rub my hands upon my lap. I'm on my own, lonely in my basement. I love Khaleesi, I sit in amazement. And it works because your lady is pretty blonde, even though they got the finale of that show wrong. She was there on the dragons, off we go. Breathe fire, oh my gosh, she be loving Jon Snow. Is he dead? I don't know. They were going berserk, I don't care, years ago, so no spoiler alert about that. But still, you're a handsome man, moving over here, yeah. I wanna hold the hand of my hero. You know it can't be beat. I'm walking to Times Square, I love Sesame Street. I'm like, please Elmo, hold my fist, you're the best one. Yeah, you know I can't resist, you're so cute. Really, there in the middle, he walks there and I grab him and I'm starting to tickle. The guy's like, what the fuck? You're a grown man, chosen, frozen there when he stands. I wanna touch him. I got the skills on offer, I play soccer very well. My name is Didier Drogba, I'm from the Ivory Coast. You might see I'm wealthy, why? I played for Chelsea in the Roman Abramovich era. I was incredible, a goal scorer like Alan Shearer. I was knocking them in, I was beating Arsenal. Got a lot of guns, that's an Arsenal. And you're in North London, you're like, yes I know how to fight. Screw the Gunners, we are all the Lily Whites. I like Spurs, Tottenham Hotspurs. I am the Turks, but you know that I've got friends in Albanian Mafia. Yes, I'll alarm you. I go there dealing, there with Tirana. They walk around, oh no mistaken, I'm Turkish, but my friends star in Taken. Everybody knows that, so silly. Afterwards we relax, we go to Chili's, we're over there. Oh, how many sauces can I pick, sir? Baby back ribs, that's a nice triple dipper. I want to do it, I start with you. Entree, that thing with the barbecue. I mix it in like yum yum, licking my lips. Is it spicy? Will it give me runny shit? No, it won't. That's the rap that we spit, the type of the freestyle shit, that's the hit. I love the anxiety, that's how you tell it. And when we buy poutine, we're charging you tariffs. There we go. you very much. You guys are lovely. I'm Chris Turner. Good night. Bye.
Sanitation, shit is a nice job. I think people hate me because of my job. Because y'all get stuck behind me in traffic. You should have looked down the block before you turned. People come behind the truck, they start honking their horn, you can honk all you want. I'm already at work. You're the one that's running late. The more you honk, the later you're gonna be.
I actually threw the shot put in the discus. You know that heavy ball, you throw it far. They tell you you'll be a champion. I thought I was going to the Olympics. I was so excited. But the more I did it, I realized this thing's sexy. Throwing the weight across the field. They weren't looking at the girls throwing the weight. They were looking at the girls running with the nice legs and shit. I'm over there with the big bitches like, this is Sparta! Like we were in the movie 300, but everybody weighed 300. I said, oh, this is a big bitch sport. Got it.
Having a girlfriend keeps you disciplined, you bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause the world knows that you an idiot. They know, so they set traps for us. You know what I'm saying? Every man in here, y'all young, y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. You open your phone every day, you open your social media, you just getting bombarded with BBLs and titties all day. Just titties smacking you up all day. But you love, this your girl, right? You love your girl, right? Absolutely. So what you do is you see the titties, close your phone, put your phone away, right? Absolutely. Yeah. I don't believe you, but yeah. That's what you do. You hide it from her. Not me. Not me. I'm out here face to face with the titties, dog. I'm on the internet acting a fool. I'm out here shooting astronomical shots, bro. I'm shooting shots at people I shouldn't even be in contact with, bro. I slipped up the other night. I DM'd Michelle Obama the other night, bro. I got time. She was looking good. She posted a picture with them arms out. I was like, yeah. I can have that.
Do you know, New York City, as a black man, you can't eat a hot dog? Like, if you lift that phallic food to your face, 6 cell phones. You got a glizzy in your mouth, you bitch ass nigga. Hey, gay mouth, you eat dick on bun all the time? You kiss your mother with that fucking mouth, right? It's fucking scary. Black dudes be stressed out 4th of July at the grill. They be smoking cigarettes at the grill, choosing their words wisely, like, hey nigga, I want a hot link. Cut that shit down the middle, make it look like a pussy first, and put that shit on a goddamn hamburger bun. I ain't fucking with you. We eat pussy burgers around here.
Oh no, not abortion jokes at the comedy show. Here's another one. I personally had a pregnancy scare before. I have. I hooked up with this girl in Texas, which is not the place to have a pregnancy scare, right? We talked it out, we came to a mutual agreement. We were like, all right, let's take care of it. And I had to fly her out across state lines. She got all mad at me because I flew her out on Spirit. She was like, how you gonna fly me out on Spirit? I was like, because that's what the baby's gonna be. Yeah, I like this evil side right here. Yeah, fuck y'all. These people have fun.
My name is Mike Yard, and yes, I'm high. Let's get that out the way, because I've already seen some of y'all speculating. You think I don't see your fucking faces in the audience? Like, yo, I'm telling you, that dude is fucked up. You goddamn right I am. I smoke a lot of weed, hell yeah. That's all I do, though. I don't mess with none of these other weird-ass drugs. Weed, okay, that works for me. I can't do none of these other exotic, crazy, extracurricular. Like, I don't know how people live in New York and do cocaine. That is amazing to me. You gotta be a special kind of discipline to walk these streets coked up. And you don't kill nobody. Like, you just out here all day coked up and no murder. I mean, wow, you're special. Because I grew up in New York, man. New York City is one of these cities that as soon as you leave your house, you're like, what the fuck? That's the energy that New York brings right out of you. Like, what the fuck? Motherfucker, move! That's every New Yorker. Oh, bitch, move! It's a sidewalk! And that's me on indica. So can you imagine? Can you imagine if I was coked up? I'd just be stabbing the shit out of people with a fucking spork. I'll spork the shit out of you. I could tell this audience got money. Because you guys don't know what a spork is.
My ex-girlfriend and I would share our Spotify Wraps every year. And for 3 years straight, her #1 artist on Spotify was DJ Khaled. That's such a red flag. He's not a musician, he's a DJ. It's not like an appropriate answer to the question. That'd be like if I was like, what kind of books are you into? And you were like, hardcovers? Like, what? That's not what I asked. My favorite part of that is she was a full-time 911 operator. That's who's on the other end. Every day she'd come home like, we lost another one.
My parents were divorced when I was like 4 because my dad was abusive and a drug addict. And it's only funny to me because he's still got weekend custody. You know, just a judge in Nassau. What is this, cocaine distribution? Abuse? Jesus, this guy's not fit to raise a kid on a weekday. That's Friday, Saturday parenting. And my dad was a psychopath, too. One weekend, he picked me up. We spent the whole weekend following my mom. It's true. I didn't know the hard to tell her when I walked in the door. She's like, what'd you and Daddy do? Same as you, actually.
Like, we got any single dudes in here? Single guys, clap it up. Oh. Just a nigga that work here, brother? That's good, man. I just got broken up with. Aw, that's how you get the hoes, bro. You fucking you get that sympathy going, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I did just get broken up with, man. So, we got anybody in long-term relationships in here? Anybody? Man, that was sad. Sad as shit. How long you been with your lady? 5 years. Clap it up for 5 years, man. That's beautiful. Yeah, bro. Hey, man, if you a dude and you in a long-term relationship in here, bro, my advice to you, dog, the only advice I got is just stay in it, dog. Just stay in it. No offense, bro, you gonna be so fucking weird if you gotta come back to these streets, dog. All these modern streets. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how cool you think you are, bro. Every day, have you ever seen a man in a long-term relationship have to crawl back to the streets? It's fucking pathetic, bro. It's pathetic. I'm going through it right now. I was cocky when my girl broke up with me. Cocky as I was like, oh, we breaking up? We breaking up? You know who I am? You know who I am? All the hoes about to be on me. Yeah, all the girls about to be on me. But the thing is, they not. They fucking not because I'm creepy right now, son. I'm weird as fuck right now. I was locked away for 8 years, bro. 8 years, I ain't got no game right now. I don't know how to talk to women no more, bro. For 2 months, I just been in girls' DMs saying shit like, well. Ooh, what do we have here? Been creepy as fuck. I just been talking to girls like I'm a Scooby-Doo villain, dog. Just been commenting on girls' Instagram pictures all day. I'm just like, zoinks, girl.
People from New York love to see people not from here have an awful day. I'm not originally from New York, man, and there's a lot of things people don't tell you about this city. They just let you figure them out on your own. One of those is if you're waiting for the subway and one pulls up with 7 full cars and 1 empty car, do not get on that empty car. I made that mistake. I went downstairs, 7 full cars, 1 empty car, and I was like, sweet, this is my lucky day. And I got on that car, and there was just one man on the car. Just one man eating a pigeon. Just one guy. Just one guy sucking the eyes out of a bird. Do you guys know there's nobody in this city that will stop you from getting on that car? Nobody leans into the other cars like, there's a reason, man, don't do it. If anything, get on top of the train. Nobody does that. People just stand there and they watch you. They start tapping people beside them like, you get on, the doors close, they start hitting each other. He got on with the pigeon man. People from New York love to see people not from here have an awful day.
A lot of hate groups out there. I saw a White Lives Matter rally walk by my house the other day. I was like, holy shit. Then I realized, it's just a half marathon. Yes. It's weird. You're allowed to be hateful in America as long as you're not specific, you know? You know, if you're like, I hate Jewish people, if you're like, Jesus Christ, what a bigot, prejudice. But if you're like, I hate people, everybody's like, fucking right. It's cool to be here. I've never seen this many Jews in a sporting goods store. All right.
For our anniversary, I wanted to be extra romantic and go all out. So I got us a vacation down to Miami, and I paid for everything. And I flew us down in a jet. Right? Now, the jet was blue. I won't lie. The jet was blue. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? You ask me personally, a jet is a jet, and it's the spirit that counts. That's what I say. But maybe I just live my life on a different frontier. Maybe that's just me. But honestly, I found a great deal on the flights. I actually saved a lot of money. And all the money that I saved, I spent it on better food and a nicer hotel. But while we were flying, I realized the reason that this flight was so cheap was because we had a 15-hour layover. That's a very long time to be in the very wrong place. Because my girl, she thinks we're going to Miami. She's ready to touch down, go straight to the beach, soak in the sun. And then we touch down in the coldest city in the world. And she was like, you stupid motherfucker. No, answer me this question. Did you buy connecting flights to Florida? And I'm trying to be a baller. It's our anniversary. I'm like, connecting flights? No. I just really want to show you Cleveland. Honestly, that's all. I'm trying to take you places you ain't never been before, girl. Come on. We not on vacation. We on tour. I'm taking you all over this great country. Plus, Ohio, beautiful in January. I got you. I spent 15 straight hours trying to convince my angry Puerto Rican girlfriend that what was happening was the best case scenario. And the best argument I could come up with was, listen, baby, I don't know if you know this, but LeBron James, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He was in Cleveland before he went to Miami. You just like LeBron, baby, you the GOAT, you know what I mean? You're the chosen one, you're the greatest to ever do it. So calm down, relax, enjoy Cleveland. Because just like LeBron James, after we leave Miami, we will be back. I got a layover on the way home too. Y'all been having fun. I've been Jason Mendoza. Y'all been great.
I did a lot of research on the Rapture. Sodomy is a mortal sin in Christianity. Which means if you've ever had anything in your butt, you cannot go to heaven. Which means as the Rapture is happening and Christians are floating up, you can just like thumb them back down to earth. Just like Mario jumping up, hitting the bricks, so you just knock them right down.
These girls don't like me, I don't get it. You don't like me, you don't like the man in the mirror. Only big girls I don't like is the bougie ones. You ever met a big girl lost a little weight? Now she feel like she's different? I figured out what the problem is. The problem is the amount of weight they lost in their head ain't the same amount that they actually lost. You lost 15 pounds, now you feel like a whole new woman. Like, nah. You still big. You went from left tackle to tight end. You still got a block, bitch. That's TJ Watt in front of you.
Those are my friends. Some of them are Trump supporters. What am I supposed to do? I love them, but their opinions are bad. My liberal friends always give me shit. They're like, how could you be friends with a Trump supporter? And I'm like, they're more fun. They're a better hang. You don't have to pretend to be smart around them. That's nice. Like, you can have conversations like, how does the wind work? Like, it's a fun conversation to have. And you get to have an opinion. I was like, I think the trees are sneezing. I think that's what's going on. And they don't look at you like you're dumb. They go, ooh. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Nobody really knows how the wind works.
Even if you love Donald Trump, you know he be lying his ass. He just said when he got his physical done, this nigga said he was 6'2", 215. Nigga, I'm 6'2", 215. You trying to tell me I look like Trump? Stop. I do not have Trump body. You need to cut that shit out. He be lying. He said Haitians was eating people's pets. Anybody remember him saying that shit? He said that at a presidential debate. And the nigga won, and he won. Yo, America was a good idea. It really was. We had a good fucking concept, and we blew it. I don't believe he lied about getting shot, though. I believe he got shot. And I'll tell you why, because I've been shot. And his response was the same response I had when I got shot. If you watch the video again, dude starts shooting at him, and he looks over like, yo, is this nigga shooting at me? Now listen, I am not 100% sure if he said nigga, but we all know who we're talking about. He could have been like, yo, this nigga is shooting at me. And then he got hit in the ear, and he was like, that's how I know they got him. Because that's the same shit that happened to me. Dude started shooting at me, and I got hit in the leg. I was like, what the fuck? But I had to keep running, you know, because they were still shooting. This motherfucker would not stop shooting at me. I was like, I get it. Message received. You don't like me. Here's the thing about when you get shot. This is why I know he got shot. When you get shot, if it don't hit bone or it don't hit you in the torso, you don't really feel it. It's just hot. It just burns. So I got shot, and I was running, and my leg was on fire. I was like, yo, I'm putting in work. I'm really fucking feeling the burn.
I think women's friendships are amazing. Y'all could be out on the town like tonight, having a good time, laughing, drinking, just living it up, having so much fun that y'all could just kiss. And the only thing you gotta do to offset the tension is be like, that was crazy. That's it. And y'all are back dancing like nothing happened. I want to be watching a football game, be like, oh shit, touchdown, nigga, come here. Just be like, whoa, this is a good ass game. They playing some good ass football out there. You know? Yeah. I used to live with two women. Their friendship was amazing, man. It was immaculate. Like, one would break up with her boyfriend, run to the other one's room, lay on her stomach on the bed, feet in the air, and they just talk about their boyfriend troubles all night long. Laughing, crying, drinking. It was amazing. I want that, dude. I want to show up to my friend's doorway, be like, yo, open up. Tisha tripping, you know? He just comes to the door like, psh, nigga, get in this bed right now. That's a friendship right there. Just dive into bed head first, belly down. No straight man in here has ever put their belly down on their best friend's bed, dog. You know?
These angry billionaires just freak me the fuck out. Like, how are you a billionaire mad? That shit is baffling to me. Like, I'm broke as fuck. You see how happy I am? I am very, very rarely upset. And these motherfuckers got a yacht, and they're on the yacht like, man, fuck the world. Nigga, you just traveled the world twice in your yacht. Fuck are you complaining about?
Americans, you don't know this. To become an American, you have to answer 10 questions about US history. You have to get 6 of those questions correct. Feels low. Feels 60% to become a US citizen. Trump was like, all these immigrants are coming over here. It's so easy to get into our country. It's fucking easy to get into your country. It's so easy. I can't believe you didn't. The questions are the most basic questions ever. My final question, the guy goes, who is Benjamin Franklin? I was like, are you serious? Who is Benjamin Franklin? He goes, yeah, who is Benjamin Franklin? I got my wallet out, got a $100 bill, said, do you mean this guy? The guy looked at it, he took it, he put it in his pocket. That's how I became American. I bribed a government official, which, if you think about it, that's capitalism. That's pretty fucking American. I am the most American here. You had to swear to fight for America as well, right? Yeah, would you? Again, no. That's the question. They really are. If you're a man and you want to naturalize, they really want you to answer that question. The guy's like, hey, would you fight for America in the event of an armed conflict? I was like, I'm 35. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. He goes, no. That means even if we go to war with the United Kingdom, you might want to take some time to think about that. That's your homeland. And I was like, no time needed. Sign me up. I'm not losing again.
least favorite thing about having all this curly hair is how much money I spend on hair products. Because come on, man, that yes sir, I would not expect a yes sir from that type of voice, but I feel you, bro. It's a lot, dog, and he knows curly hair products, they are so expensive. And the curlier your hair is, the more expensive the products are. But what I've done to kind of life hack spending too much is I've started to steal. I highly recommend it. Since I have made the lifestyle shift to crime, I have learned that theft is the most financially responsible thing you can do. Okay, that is not an opinion, that's a financial fact. All right, 0 money down, everything to gain. I steal everything I put in my hair. This is not a hair routine that makes my hair like this. This is taxpayer dollars, bitch. I don't pay for it. I steal every product I've ever used in my entire life. So if you guys ever find yourselves in a CVS and you realize that all the ethnic hair products are behind the very thick glass, where you gotta push the button to get the employee to come over to grant you permission for what you wanna buy. Every time you see that, know that the CVS has that in place, not because that CVS is racist, but because I've been to that CVS before. Okay, and they just playing defense at this point because I'm playing offense. I'm playing a lot of you. I don't want a lot of y'all. I'm doing very well. I am undefeated at self-checkout. So I'm the greatest thief you've ever seen in your life. I've never been caught. I got quick hands. I grab so much stuff. But I run so fast, I've never been grabbed. Do you understand what I'm saying? And even if the place has cameras, they can never prove it was me because every time I'm stealing, I'll be like this. Give me that. Loss prevention, they be checking them cameras too. They're in the back, they're looking, they're like, oh my God. Are we being robbed by the girl from The Ring? I'm like, 7 days!
I took an Uber here. I've been doing this thing where I'll just get in the back of an Uber and I'll sigh until they ask me what's wrong. I also don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way, but I like when my Uber driver is aggressive on the road. It's yeah, make these bitches sweat, Abdul.
They got a homeless problem in DC. In New York, we have a homeless problem too. But we've been doing this for a while. In New York, we have a very strict no-touch policy. With our homeless people, we let them ask for what they're gonna ask for, sing their songs, dance their dances. Just don't touch nobody. In Washington, D.C., they will just hug you, and it's like, my nigga. I gave you the money. What is this about, you know? And in New York, our homeless people have more hustle. I was at a Starbucks the other day, and for lack of a better word, I witnessed a bum off. This first guy walks to the Starbucks, he excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very sorry for interrupting your day. And out of nowhere, another one walked in and he was like, I'm way more sorry. That's capitalism, that's competition.
I am not a stereotypical guy from Connecticut, but I did used to work in finance. I try not to use the hard I. But I was not a good fit for the job. I was told my email sign-off was unprofessional because I signed off with memento mori, which is Latin for remember you will die. My boss hated me. My boss was a micromanager. He was much shorter than me. And in his defense, I was not a good employee. Sometimes I would call out of work when I slept too well. I'd be like, honestly, Dave, I got an incredible night of sleep and I'm feeling a little over the weather. And you don't deserve me at my best. Memento mori.
We broke up. It wasn't even anxiety, actually. The breakup, she broke up with me for someone else, which thank God. I was happy to find out there was someone else. Because I've been broken up with before for no one else. That's worse. You guys know those breakups? Where they look at a life with you in it, and a life totally alone. And they go, I'm gonna have to go with alone on this one. I'd rather have empty space than your personality near me. That's brutal. That's like if you cook for someone and they're like, I'd rather starve. Being hungry is better than your cooking.
The minute I had my baby, I looked at my husband, I was like, you could never. I was like, no, you could never. You know, like, oh, my God, it made me feel strong as a woman, because I was like, fuck this. Because men, I love you, sir. You probably do many things I cannot do, like set up the cable. I don't know who on earth to call, but fucking childbirth, you could never. There's too many crazy things about childbirth, but it's not your fault because you haven't trained for discomfort the way that we've trained for it. We've trained to be uncomfortable. Everything in our lives has been uncomfortable. Like, we got mustaches the same time you did, but we didn't keep ours. We burned it from our face. We shave our toes. We shouldn't have to. Hair removal itself, it's like we wax it, we pluck it, we electrocute it, we take sugar, we rip it, we sew it, we let a little Indian lady fucking sew our faces off. Okay? We wear high heels, which is the meanest shoe to balance your body on. We wear bodysuits. We take a perfectly good t-shirt and go, I wonder what this would feel like directly in my asshole. And then we walk around like perfect tuck, which is a shirt in our asshole, and then we wear tampons, and you know that if we wear them too long, we could lose a leg. Do you know what the male equivalent of that is? It's war. It's fucking war. War. That's how you lose legs. We get Botox, and men get Botox too, but women get Botox, and they look at us and they go, oh, do you want your laugh lines gone? As if to say, have you been enjoying your life thus far? You nasty-ass pig. Let me fix you. We get manicures and pedicures, and they hurt. We never tell them, ouch, they could cut off my finger to be like, it's square. I love it. We curl our hair. We take a 200-degree rod, stick it next to our eyeball so that you think we went to the beach. It's fucking insane. We do all these things to prep us. That is our prep work for childbirth. Childbirth is our Super Bowl. That is our practice. This is what we've worked for. All these micro pains to get through this one moment where it's the most pain we've ever felt in our entire lives. And our husbands are in the corner like, I don't know, these New Balances are stiff.
Kind of wild we still call places Chinatown, no? I don't think that started in a wholesome way. I feel like 100 years ago, two white guys saw a Chinese family move in, and they were like, what do they call this place? Chinatown. I mean, my God. How many Chinese people do you need in an area before it becomes Chinatown? I know it's probably less of a number and more of a feeling, but it's got to be more than 10. It's got to be. 10 seems on the low end. You get two families together, you're like, Chinatown? They're like, fucking no, dude, relax.
I like to talk about religion with people because I always find out you like get along about something. You know, you never expect it, but just something. Like I was talking to this guy who was a black Israelite, and don't laugh at that. And and he told me he was like, only black people get to go to heaven. And I was like, what? For real? He was like, he had like all these reasons, and it was like, oh, like well thought out reasons. I was like, that's not fair. That's not why would a loving God create white people? He goes, exactly. I'm like, see, we're not so different after all.
I fractured my ankle a couple months ago. I don't know if you ever had to use a cane, but when you black and you have a cane, people think you got hoes. I got tired of having to explain. I'd be on the train trying to get a seat. They'd be like, where the bitches at, nigga? I'm like, I fractured my fibula. I don't know where the bitches live. They never told me where the bitches are at. And I got hurt on the road, too. If you want to get hurt, do it in your hometown. Like, I get hurt in New York, it's fine. I was in Alabama, of all places. Yeah, down south. And I had my first encounter with racism, because I fell down steps, and no one pushed me. I tripped. I like to blame racism, no. And they understand, to be honest, because I was on the floor. They was like, how do you feel? I was like, I feel like I walk up and down steps in New York every day. I never tripped, not even once. I do one layover in Alabama and I'm falling. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't stupid. And I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, because I'm not. But when I fell, I think I heard the stairs yell, nigga. Like, that's what I think.
I'm being responsible. I'm pulling out. That's what I do. I pull out. I got a strong core and good timing. I do. That's why I be in the gym doing leg raises. You know? It's not about being hot. It's about freedom. You know, that's all it takes, right there. You know? I love to leave it in, I just can't afford it, you know? You ever come and see your bank account flash before your eyes? Like,
a lot of weight over the years. And when women lose weight, we deflate. I used to have massive mommy milkers with blue veins like the routes of New York. Now I got a couple empty Capri Suns. It's so sad. Guys always try to titty fuck, LOL. Pull through, enjoy the rug burn, motherfucker. I like to lie there and watch his face fall into horror when my tit falls into my armpit. He's trying to get my tits around a dick like he's trying to get two kids to take a photo together. But it doesn't matter what your tits look like, really. It doesn't matter. Because guys love titties. They like big tits, small tits, fake tits, real tits, your friend's tits, okay? And they always do the same thing. Men, every time they see tits, they squeeze them into one. Why do they do that? Every single time. Look at the guys. Look at it. Yeah! Every single time, they're like, yes! Big boob! Make the nipples kiss! I'm like, we're at dinner, okay?
January 6th was crazy. For me, it felt weird because I come from a country where they be cooing. You know, they coo all the time where I come from, you know what I mean? So to see Americans coo, I was like, what are you guys cooing about? There's nothing to cool about here, you know? It's ridiculous. Seeing Americans cool was like when my rich friend would come to my house and bitch about his house. He'd just come over and be like, your house is so dope, there's no authority, there's no rules. I'd be like, yeah, there's also no food. Your house is way better, man. That friend's house is the house where I learned what a Pop-Tart was. Yeah, best summer of my life, dog, straight up. 13 years old. Same summer I learned how to come. It was awesome.
My type right now is witches. Yeah, I love witches, bro. Crystal girls, that's my favorite thing. Love a crystal girl, they fun, they sexy, little crystal party all the time. You know, it's a good time, but I can't settle down with a crystal girl. I can't, I'm sorry. I know I see the looks. If it's any crystal girls in here, I love y'all, okay? I love y'all. I wish I could marry one of y'all, but the thing is, I can't because I just never seen one of y'all doing well in life. It's like they got a crystal for everything but success, you know? Like, God damn, which one of these crystals gonna help you finish up this resume? You know what I'm saying?
I did. I joined Pilates. Never heard of that shit. But I was on Groupon scrolling, and I had a free coupon, and it said low impact. I said, let's start low. I showed up to the gym, and there were 8 white women in a small room. Those bitches had me stretched across a giant mousetrap. They call it a reformer. And I'm black, so I'm like, what are we reforming? Hold on, Kate. What's going on, bitch?
I've never done this big city thing. I never catcalled a woman before. Never done that. I have Cheshire cat called a woman. And that's when you hide in a tree at night and you smile at ladies walking by. It's not illegal yet. You could do it. Free, fun, fall activity for the fellas. Actually, you know what's crazy is I saw my ex-girlfriend on the street this week, just walking down the street. And luckily she didn't get to see me though. Because I was using binoculars, so I was like, it's like, still wear those shoes I got you for Christmas. You're obsessed with me. What are you?
I asked the guy why he liked me, and he was like, Maddie, I like you because it feels like you're one of the guys. I was like, I put on chapstick for you. Every dude knows if a girl asks why you like him, tits, pussy, okay? One of the guys. It was weird though, because later during sex, he got pissed when I came first and fell asleep. He was livid. He was like, you're not gonna blow me? I was like, Dave, that'd be gay. Okay, yeah. I could, but I'd have to tell your dad.
Who are they always on the phone with? Like, who are all the Uber drivers talking to, bro? Am I crazy? Every car? Day or night, sun or moon? Please sit down, buckle up. Then they lean to get quiet.
Some
Sometimes I rip their AirPod out. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Who are you talking to? What are the plans, Hamid?
Are y'all nervous because the world's ending? You don't have to be, right? They got it. They're doing everything they can. My boy RFK Jr. He's crushing it. Y'all see what he recently said? He said he's gonna find the cause of autism and get rid of it. And he said this, and Elon was standing right next to him, just the whole time. I'm kidding. He wasn't making eye contact. He says he wants to find the cause of autism. I know the cause. This is my theory. This is where you find autism. Everyone becomes autistic at the aquarium. Go with me. This is how everyone looks at the aquarium. Did you know the lake sturgeon could live up to 100 years? Wait, they're feeding the penguins!
But I get it. A lot of people won't try drugs or haven't tried drugs because there's a lot of studies out there from the government that talk about, like, you're like, oh, if you take drugs, you're gonna jump out of a window. It's like, yeah, if you do them wrong, just don't do them wrong, okay? Because I was reading one of these, and I feel like all these studies really just focus on extreme overuse of drugs, right? I was reading one the other day where they were giving Molly to lab rats, and they were giving moderate to high dose to lab rats twice a day. For 4 days in a row. And they were like, it causes nerve damage. Yeah, no shit. Those rats are dead. Those are dead rats. But right before they died, they solved years of generational trauma.
Yeah, I got 2 boys. I'm a boy dad. Far less celebrated term. Yeah, raising 2 boys. 2 white men. All right, easy up there, buddy. I mean, the boo and the yes, both uncalled for, to be honest. I'm just saying, when you put it that way, there's a lot more pressure to it, you know? 2 white men. I might be the most important father figure there is. We've all seen what happens when this gets mishandled. My hugs equal safer high schools for your children. I'm offering up solutions. What the fuck are you doing?
I grew up in this neighborhood. Gentrification is a real thing. I had a neighbor moved to my block. He was from Kansas, lived on a farm. You know what he brought with him? A pet pig. I grew up in Williamsburg. You may not know this. There's a lot of Dominicans, a lot of Puerto Ricans here. You're gonna move to my block with a pet pig? That's a mistake. He tried introducing me. He's like, this is Billy. I was like, no, that's not. You're walking around with chicharrón.
I like a big butt, but I have a small penis. And that's terrible because if you have a small penis, you can have sex with a woman with a big butt from behind. And sex from behind's the best position because you can pretend they're a man. Wait a second, how'd that get in there? I'm supposed to keep that secret to my grave. How'd that get in there? You know what I mean? You have a small penis, you can have sex with a big butt from behind. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like when you're in middle school, and remember you're in middle school, you have like a pencil nub, and you try to sharpen it in the electric pencil sharpener. And I'm like, man, those other boys are making that thing moan. Mine's not even long enough to trip the sensors, my God. And she's just like, ugh, this is why I prefer the colored pencils.
I used to think the goal was getting rid of anxiety because I have so much of it. I don't think anti-anxiety is the goal. This is my new thing. Anxiety is with me to stay forever. Now, I just need something to focus my anxiety on. So I've started exclusively parking illegally. Okay? Because it's like either I'm worried about everything or I can just look in my vision. I see a meter maid putting my license plate of the Subaru into her, I don't know, like toast thing, but what is that thing? A POS system for meter maids? This wasn't anything I planned to say. Okay, so
being disabled is great. I love it. It's the only community, the only minority you will all join at some point.
My mom had me when she was 15. Okay, very white people reaction from you guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's not that bad having a teenage mom. Just share a lot of shit growing up. School bus, homework answers, shit like that. That's obviously not true. We didn't share those things. We did have the same pediatrician, though. That is not a joke. We're so close in age, but she's still my mom, and she'll say, like, typical mom things, but they don't work because the age gap's just not there. Like, she'll look at me and she'll be like, Matthew, are you gonna take care of me when I'm old? I'm like, Mom, who's gonna take care of us when we're old? Right now, it looks like we're both screwed, all right? Fucking Dad left the both of us. All right, you guys all have your dads. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man, get a feel for the crowd. You have to feel that bad. My dad did leave. My mom did get remarried to a white guy, too. So I'm not trying to brag or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Moving on up, hey. Oh, man, dude. We got one, you know? I wish that was the case. The truth is, my mom married a white guy from the Bronx. Yeah, I know. I was furious. I didn't even know they made those. I was so mad. I was like, you married the only broke white guy in New York, Mom. What the fuck? So I guess that's what I was raised by, poor Latino and poor white. I know there's only one difference in the culture, cooking. I think everyone can agree. Because poor Latino people know how to cook everything, whereas like poor white people only know how to cook meth. And like chicken parm.
I don't think we go anywhere when we die. And before you get sad, it's nothing like cerebral or intelligent. I just feel like if I truly believed in reincarnation, I would kill myself all the time. Just one bad haircut, I'd be like, fuck it, respawn. I'm Gen Z, so suicide was like marketed to us. It was, no one ever wants to admit that. We had 13 Reasons Why. That's a whole show being like, Gen Z, don't kill yourself, but here's some footage of it looking really cool, you know? My only takeaway from that show is in terms of reasons to kill yourself in high school, 13 is such a high number. I feel like a good 4 would have taken me out, honestly. You have 13 reasons to kill yourself in high school? I have 13 reasons to be alive now. Like, if you have 13 reasons to kill yourself in high school, I don't know, you should probably do it. It's not getting a whole lot better. We should be honest about that. That's like when you meet somebody that's like, I got a toxic ex, and you're like, that sucks. And they're like, I got a dozen more of them. And you're like, you should kill yourself, honestly. This feels like a you thing.
I love Harry Potter, but I hate telling people I like Harry Potter because they always ask you the same dumbass question. Did you read the books? Like, no. I said I was a fan, not a virgin. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I'm a fan, but like, a nerd fan is different because like, they start turning into the characters while you talking. Did you read the books? No. Then it's like, well, what house would you have been in? Gryffindor, Slytherin? I was like, damn, I don't know, because the only black students that lived on campus worked on campus. At Hogwarts, boy, that was work study. Yeah, I'd have probably been out there with Hagrid, for real, for real. Yeah, we'd have had that hut turned up. Well, what, he had that big ass bonfire? We'd have had a grill out there, motherfucker. It really would have been, hey, I'm trying to take my home away from home. I want to take Batman from white people. Batman ain't got to be sad. We get it, Bruce. You don't got your parents. Wham, wham, woo, woo. If Batman was black, he wouldn't even fight crime. Gotham would be in rubble. It's hard to fight crime from Tulum. I'm trying to tell you. I get it though, Batman, you know, Batman gotta be white. Because white men have an unfair advantage over black men. Because they don't have lips. And that's half a Batman costume. And if you ain't laughing, I can prove my point right now. I can pick 5 white guys out the crowd right now, bring them up on stage and cover their face like this. I can't tell Peter, Paul, or Patrick. Batman can't show up to say the day with no juice ass lip. He can show up like, stop, I'm Batman. You be like, that's Steve Harvey. I know Steve Harvey.
Our healthcare system needs a lot of work. It's a very complicated system. I think part of the reason that it's so difficult to navigate is because there is so much terminology that you have to know, and everything means something just slightly different, right? Because you have your premium, which is what you pay for your plan, and your deductible, which is what you owe for plan services before your plan kicks in, and then your copay, which is what you owe at the time of service. But that's different than your co-insurance, which is your share of the cost of the health plan. And then the plan might be a PPO, which doesn't require a primary care physician or a PCP, or an HMO, which does, but that's more like a POS. And then if you have an HMO, your PCP needs to refer you to a specialist when you see one, but when you do that, you have to make sure everything's in network, otherwise you might be responsible for the whole bill, which may or may not count towards your out-of-pocket maximum, which is not the same as your deductible. Your plan name might be something like Blue Cross Blue Shield Blue Precision Silver HMO, or Blue Cross Blue Shield Blue Precision Choice PPO, which are both real plans but with different premiums, networks, and providers. And if you need prescription drugs, you might get formulary, non-formulary brand drugs, formulary, non-formulary generic drugs, specialty drugs, or you can just take all the drugs at once and fall into a nice deep sleep. So, I do a lot of drugs now.
He's getting a rep, dude. If he goes to jail, he's got fucking street cred. I hope he holds the press conference right after. Many men, many men. They wish death on me. They shot me, they tried to shoot me. That's how you know it was a liberal holding the gun. They missed. They don't know how to hold firearms. He didn't even believe in the Second Amendment. It was a fake gun. It was a fake gun. We found out later the bullets, they were real bullets, but they were made in China. That's where they were made. So soft, I barely bled. I shot the guy back. Nobody saw that. They cut the cameras.
I'm mentally ill. I've been going to therapy. Did you know you can lie in there? You can do whatever you want. There are no rules. She's like, what do you want to talk about today? And I'm like, my engagement? She's so stupid. And I'm in online therapy. Clap if you're in online therapy. The women? Yes. I will say, I'm pretty sure those are the duds, right? I'm pretty sure mine is just a lady with access to the internet. She wanted me to spend a week identifying my anxiety triggers, and then she canceled on me 4 weeks in a row. And I was like, cool, I'm glad one of them isn't abandonment. And then she canceled on me this last time because I guess her daughter had a seizure. And I was like, okay, those take 30 seconds. And I'm gonna shake it off, kid. That's fun. You guys are fun. This is the best set of my life. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I started going to therapy because I can't really talk to my mom about stuff. One time I called my mom crying and I was like, Mom, I think I gotta take a mental health day. And she was like, no, don't give up. Because I think she thinks a mental health day is when you take time off to kill yourself. And I was like, if anything, I'm gonna do that in office. I'm not taking PTO for that.
Great guys, we still have a lot to go, in terms of expressing ourselves in a healthy way. I'm not saying I'm there. I punched a hole in my wall last week, okay? I'm not, I got problems. I was playing chess on my phone, and but guys where I'm from, they don't do therapy. Blue collar New York guys, this is what they do. They call up sports talk radio. That's how they get it out. That's how they unload. Vinny's calling about the Yankees. It's not really about the Yankees. Nobody should be that upset about sports, okay? He calls up, he's like, Mike, what's going on? Yankees doing it this year. Also, you ever get sad? You ever stare at the moon and wonder if the Jets are staring at that same moon? You ever wonder about that?
As a New Yorker, you leave your apartment every day with the possibility that you are gonna fucking shit your pants, okay? Because every bathroom in this city is locked up like the Declaration of Independence is behind you. Open up the toilets. What are you hiding? I joined a gym so that I would have 38 more locations. I've never worked out there. I don't even know if they have machines, okay? I walk in, I say hello, okay? I leave 9 minutes later, they know exactly what I'm doing. They're scattered on my way back to my apartment like this underground railroad of fucking toilets, okay? The worst thing is when you walk up to like a place and you're like, hey, and you're doing like the shit dance. You're like, you got seconds. You're like, hey man, I know you've been there. Of course, I see. I can tell by your face you got stomach problems, my man. Yes, I can see you're Jewish. Obviously, we saw it. Okay. So you're doing the shit dance. You walk up. You're like, hey, excuse me, can I use the bathroom? And they're like, sorry, man, we don't have a bathroom. What are you guys doing? What is your plan all day? Are we shitting in a bucket in this fucking holster?
Who has anxiety? Clap if you have anxiety. Oh, you raised your hand. That's an anxious bitch right there. I don't want to make noise. Yeah, anxiety, there's no real solution, you know? I think we just die that way. Sorry if that makes you anxious. But isn't it so embarrassing to try to cope with your anxiety? There's like one coping skill that says if you're feeling anxious, you're supposed to close your eyes and imagine a tree, and then all the leaves on the tree are all your anxious thoughts. But that's like the scariest fucking tree, you know? Like, I don't want to see a leaf that says, remember that one time in sex ed you pronounced it Filipino tubes? You know? Or like, remember that other time you tried to kill yourself with a bottle of probiotics? And instead of dying, you just took the best shit of your life? And then you're supposed to imagine them falling and blowing away, okay? But I just picture a guy picking up one of my leaves and going, I played an Asian woman in my high school play?
Who here's going through a breakup? Anyone? Yeah, when? 5 years ago. Get over it. What the fuck? This guy's fucking LaGuardia with all the fucking baggage he's carrying around. Jesus, what's the problem with you? Is this your chick next to you? What the fuck's the matter with you? Are you kidding me? You can't just fucking drink White Claws and Celsius for the rest of your life. Fucking make a decision. She's hot. You're not. Fucking don't blow this. How long have you two been together?
6 years.
6 years? And you broke up with the other one 5 years ago.
I said 5, 6.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What do you know? A white guy in finance who's a liar.
I knew very little about kids until I became a dad, but I learned this though, fellas. When you go to the hospital for the delivery, all the nurses call you daddy. I was taken aback. As soon as you walk in, congratulations, daddy. I was like, hey, do I know you, bitch? Excuse me? What type of freaky ass hospital is this? You got all these hoes wearing scrubs? Come on, man. Daddy is crazy. I just met this girl, you know? They done changed up at Mount Sinai, you know? They didn't treat me like that when I rolled my ankle. I remember, you know? The nurse was like, sit down, nigga. I was like, what the hell is this? I got Obamacare, bitch. I'm gonna tell them what you said now. But now I'm daddy. I'm getting used to being called daddy. This one nurse came up to me after about an hour. She was like, you want some water, daddy? Yeah, that's how she said it, little freak. Yeah, she was nasty. I liked her. I did like her. At this point, I'm in daddy mode, you know? I was like, you damn right I want some water, girl. Yeah. Daddy's thirsty. Hurry up now, you little slut. She said, what? I said, I'm so sorry. It's my first day.
Kids are fine. They're fine. I don't know. Some of them are cute. Some of them, not so much. I can say that because I was not a hot baby. I was not a hot kid at all. I noticed because my family never said I was cute. You know, they said I had good energy, okay? Yeah, I was not a hot kid. They put me on a Greyhound bus by myself, okay? They were like, you gonna be fine, okay? When they say that to a kid, you're a brick, absolutely. And I was on that bus, and I'm sure there was a couple of pedophiles on there, and they were like, we got taste. No, thank you. I'm all set, girl. Actually, bus driver, get this kid. She's bothering me.
I feel like being a fish person, it's kind of a lesbian job, don't you think? I'm a lesbian. I feel like I didn't have to tell you. What's that? First of all, unhinged that the person from the venue is heckling at the show. Thank you. I actually do have a Subaru.
Too broke. I can't handle it, man. Especially being in New York City, it's the worst, right? Like, you know those moments on a first date where you're like, ooh, I wonder if we're gonna split the check? It's like, no, you definitely have to pay. They never took me seriously. They always thought I was being like cute and flirty, like, ew, what happens if I don't pay? We're gonna get in trouble. So, I suggest you figure it out. And it's true, it's done, you know? It's getting too poor, right? Like, I listen to Spotify, but I don't pay for the premium. Yeah, I gotta listen to the ads. And every time I hear an ad, I was like, why are you advertising your products to me? I can't even pay for Spotify. You know, I can't pay $10.99 a month. And they're like, are you ready to lease a Toyota? It's like, no, I can't even play a full J. Cole album, all right?
You know, once we tell people we're having another girl, everybody goes, oh, yeah, your husband, he's such a girl dad, which is a fun way of being like, oh, your husband, yeah, he's a huge pussy. Huge pussy, that guy. Could not imagine him teaching anyone how to throw a spiral. I'm like, I know. But my husband is he's a great dad. It's a good partner to have a baby with. I mean, he is a man, which comes with its own trials and tribulations. You know, like he does weird shit, like he brushes his teeth after he shits. I have questions. Like, who poops so hard that they're like, I need to get some fluoride on this situation? He has what I call big widow energy. Like, I often just find him in the dark sipping tea. Like he's very chilly. He startles so easily. Wears a lot of sweaters. I came home one time and he looked at me in my face and was like, knitting seems cool. And I was like, this is why we couldn't make a baby.
My fucking therapist is kind of an asshole, though. Like, he's always trying to, like, bust my balls. And, like, you know, he's very, tough love, I'd say. He goes, Brendan, what you gotta do is you gotta stop smoking so much weed and you gotta stop drinking off all the time. I never went to him with drinking off as a problem Is he allowed to just put that on you? He just looked at me, he was like, you gotta drink off. Look at this fucking guy. The minute I shook your hand, I knew you got a drink off problem. And now when I masturbate, I think about him, which is a fucking problem.
I can't say this definitively, but I'm pretty sure the other day this guy Pythagorean theoremed me at the urinal. He asked me how tall I am. Then he asked me my shoe size. And I think he took A and B to calculate the size of my C.
I have a black cat, or as my mom calls it, a black cat. My cat is a tuxedo cat. They wanted to give us an orange cat, but I was like, do you have anything more formal? I'm kind of the funny guy at the kill shelter. People see my tuxedo cat, they always say the same thing. What's his name? It's a she. What, a woman can't wear a tuxedo? I guess someone's never been to a lesbian wedding before. I guess someone's never seen a lesbian magician before. I guess someone's never had a lesbian butler before. I guess someone's never had a lesbian blackjack dealer before. I guess someone's never seen a lesbian production of Phantom before. I guess someone's never seen a regional lesbian production of Phantom before. Thank you. Yeah. I'm sensitive about my cat. I took my cat to the vet. My vet body shamed my cat. She was like, oh, 14 pounds. I guess there's no appetite issues. Who the fuck are you?
Jews in the house, where the Jews at? Yeah, there's the tribe. A lot of people think blacks and Jews don't get along. Black people love Jewish people, especially when we get the day off of work, because it's one of those holidays. It's like, I'm going with Moish to get a bagel. See you next Monday. Fuck you, human resources. Thank you, everybody with a job.
That laugh was a lot louder a year ago. Thank you, those who know the economy. Jews. You know it's true. You can be the biggest racist in the world. You ain't gonna let that get in the way of a day off of work. You can be in a Ku Klux Klan, like, it's Martin Luther King's birthday. Hate the n***s, I'm not giving up a 3-day weekend. We'll hate the n***s on Tuesday. Today we're going fly fishing. That was the whitest thing I could think of.
Here's the thing, like I'm a Jew, okay, whatever, but my wife is a rabbi, okay? That's how Jewish I am, okay? My wife is really a rabbi. What's that like? Here's what being married to a female rabbi is like. It's when I came out as gay, my parents were really, really unsupportive. They were really unhappy about it. They were nervous for me. So unhappy that I was gay. Then I started dating a rabbi. They're like, hold on, we're proud. So that's what that's like. So my parents are descended. I have 4 out of 4 Holocaust survivor grandparents, okay? As the Jews know, that's a perfect score. And so
I don't know if you notice this too. It's like whenever something happens in a black area, the TV news, they always send a black reporter. They never send a white reporter to the ghetto. Unless they're in a helicopter. Above the ghetto. Looking down scared, like. Okay, from up here. You know what? Go a little higher. They can jump.
I stood up above that curtain expecting to see the miracle of childbirth, okay? And what I saw could only be described as an active crime scene, all right? They were standing over my wife mid-operation, already posing like they caught a trout in a lake. I got so sick, the doctor goes, what's wrong? I go, why did you do that? Clean up before you invite someone over. And then he tried to hand me a pair of scissors like a local mayor opening a restaurant. And said the question I thought only happens in movies. He said, do you want to cut the umbilical cord? Instinctively, I said, get the fuck away from me. He was like, why? I was like, because I don't work here. This isn't self-checkout at a grocery store. I think the stakes are a little bit higher. I'm not medically trained for this moment. I don't want to know how this feels. I didn't want to see all this. I don't even want the baby anymore.
I cannot imagine being a white kid from Cleveland, you know? Because when you're white, you're born and you're basically born like, this is mine, you know? But I mean, you guys know. But, you know, what if you're doing that in Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? In a fucking trailer park? I would hate my father. I would, yo, how'd you fuck up every opportunity to get rich since, like, slavery? I don't understand. This shit is terrible, man, you know? If I was a poor white kid from Cleveland, I'd do some crazy shit. I'd do something irrational. Shit, I'd probably storm the Capitol.
I'm not drinking curly, I'm actually pregnant. I know. We used a doctor, we did IVF, in vitro fertilization. Oh, okay, well, yeah, thanks. It is a hot button topic these days, you know. Some people want to get rid of it, which is crazy, because I think if they knew how much it tortured women, they'd let us keep it. They hate us. But it is, we're having another girl, and you know, once we tell people we're having another girl, everybody goes, oh yeah, your husband, he's such a girl dad, which is a fun way of being like, oh, your husband, yeah, he's a huge pussy. Huge pussy, that guy. Could not imagine him teaching anyone how to throw a spiral. I'm like, I know. But my husband is he's a great dad. It's a good partner to have a baby with. I mean, he is a man, which comes with its own trials and tribulations. You know, like he does weird shit, like he brushes his teeth after he shits. I have questions. Like, who poops so hard that they're like, I need to get some fluoride on this situation. What are you doing, sir? You know, he has what I call big widow energy as well. Like, I often just find him in the dark sipping tea. Like he's very chilly. He startles so easily. Wears a lot of sweaters. I came home one time and he looked at me in my face and was like, knitting seems cool. And I was like, this is why we couldn't make a baby.
Well, I gotta get to do recess with the kids. I get to play football with the boys, you know. and I'm twice their height. So for the first and only time ever in my life, I'm him. I'm one-arm cat shit. I'm kicking them out the way. You know what I mean? And they get so excited for football, even if they suck. You know? Like I threw a kid a football, he went to go catch it, and it like bounced off his head. But he was still like, "Oh, did you see that? That would have been crazy. Did you see that? That would have been crazy." Do you remember that feeling? It would have been crazy. Those used to be so. You don't really get excited over those as an adult, really. You know. I haven't been excited over would have been crazy since Trump got shot. That was. I called my friends immediately. I was like, "Did you see that? That would have been crazy."
I had a neighbor, moved to my block. He was from Kansas, lived on a farm. You know what he brought with him? A pet pig. I grew up in Williamsburg. You may not know this. There's a lot of Dominicans, a lot of Puerto Ricans here. You're gonna move to my block with a pet pig? That's a mistake. He tried introducing me. He's like, "This is Billy." I was like, "No, that's not. You're walking around with chicharrón." To cook your pig. Some of y'all vegan, my bad.
I dated a girl once for 6 months. 6 months we dated. Then I found out she had a fiance who she lived with. I didn't even find out. He found out about me. He called me up. He wanted to fight. I was like, first of all, she broke both of our hearts. We a family now. We need to stick together. You're the only man that knows how I feel. Why do you think I like that? Men can be so selfish sometimes. You know how he found out? He went through her phone. He looked at the text messages. I had no idea. One night I was home, I was in the shower. I got out the shower, I had 30 missed calls from her phone number. I was just about to call her back, see what she wanted. I get another incoming call from her number. I picked up, and it was a guy on the other end of the phone. He was mad. This is what he said. I was like, "Hello?" He was like, "Yo, is this the little man with the pretty ass eyebrows?" I didn't know what to say. I had just got a haircut. I was like, "Yeah, this is he. How may I help you?" Thank you for noticing, bro. And he asked me straight up. He was like, "Was you sleeping with my fiance?" And I told him the truth. I said, "I didn't know. She never mentioned a fiance." I was honest with him, you know. Long story short, I got a call from her the next day. I'm thinking she's calling me to apologize, say sorry for what happened. She calls me up, no apology. She's mad at me that I told her fiance the truth. Like I was supposed to have her back. And women try to hurt you. When you blow up their spot, they get upset. She was like, "And by the way, just so you know, sex with you was at best mediocre." I was like, "Just so you know." That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said about my sex. I was like, "Mediocre, I'm getting better."
I gotta do a little crowd work up top. I gotta do, what's your name, brother? I gotta ask you one question. I wanna talk to you either way, we have to do it. Chris, what, Chris, sexuality is a spectrum, Chris. Everyone's a little straight, everyone's a little gay, Chris. No one knows that better than you, C-Money. And, what would you say your sexual percentages are, Christopher? You know what I mean? Like, I'm 15% gay. Like, not enough for a scholarship, but enough to make Thanksgiving a little tense. What do you think for yourself, Christopher?
I don't think Thanksgiving's tense.
You're 100% straight, you think?
Yeah.
Is that why you've been slowly sipping a glass of red wine all night? Anyone who thinks they're 100% straight's the biggest fag you've ever met. Lady in the back goes. What about you, brother? What would you think your percentages are? What do you think?
I'll go 6%.
94.6? That's great, sir. What's your name?
Jourdain.
Jourdain, that's amazing, Jourdain. I don't have a joke. I just wanted you to finally be honest with yourself.
You know when people are like, "I don't feel safe with transgender women in our public bathrooms." That always makes me laugh, because it's like, has anybody here been in a public bathroom and felt safe? Who's feeling safe in public bathrooms? You're walking into a public bathroom, "Oh, safe, safe, oh, safety, safe." Oh my God, this feels so safe in here. This guy's sleeping, that's how safe he feels. Look at this fucking guy, get up, get up. Oh, he's dead. That's how safe he was, he died here. He felt the calming sensation of a public bathroom to be his last place, and oh, look at all the writing on the walls. Must be cautionary tales of past. From old sailors. What's this say? Call John for a good time? John must be the sheriff. Okay, we are safe In the back. What's this little hole? Handshake hole. So you put your hand through there. If you don't want to make eye contact, that's scary. Eye contact is scary. And then you just shake a very slimy hand. And you know, not for nothing, if you do feel so unsafe in a public bathroom, don't you want a muscular woman in there? Don't you want a fucking woman who can tuck her balls behind her back and be like, go piss, I'll watch the door, you go piss. Anybody comes in here, I'll fuck him in the ass.
I feel like porn has ruined an entire generation of men. I really feel that way. And I'm sure women feel the same way as I do, you know? That's where most dudes learn how to have sex, but let's be honest, guys, we didn't watch the whole video. Right? We kind of just skip to the part in porn that matters to us. Ladies pay the price, because you're fucking guys, you just fuck like this, just fucking quick and fast, you know? Because that's what the guy looks like when you fast forward. If you're selfish with porn, you're not learning anything. I mean, for years, I would just watch girls blow guys, and now all I know how to do is give the perfect blowjob. I really know how to please a man. I'm teaching my girl now. I'm like, relax the throat, breathe through the nose. What are we even... I really believe vibrators are ruining women, too. I don't think it's helping. Ooh. No one likes that, huh? Every girl I've ever dated felt that way. I don't know, just... It's a machine you're taking to your body. Just... You think that's good for the body? And then when we fuck and you don't come, you blame us? Oh, he can't find the clit. It's like, no, you sanded it down.
7th grade basketball, we used to do group physicals. They would bring in one nurse, and if the boys get checked on one by one, we finally got like a hot, attractive female nurse. The first kid goes in, he comes back red in the face, sweating. He's like, I got the biggest boner in front of this woman. Second kid, same story. I'm pretty sure everybody on the team got an erection in front of this woman, except for me. Not because I wasn't attracted to her, I was just nervous. And I thought that was the whole story, so on Father's Day this year, I told my dad that. And when I got to that part, I was like, that's pretty funny. You probably never heard that before. And he goes, oh man, you know the school had to call me about that, right? Oh, this is so vulnerable. My middle school had to call my dad, not because I didn't get hard at the physical, but because when I didn't get hard at the physical, apparently I tried to like explain it away to the nurse. There was a grown woman down there just trying to do her job. She was like, you turn your head and cough, and I was like, I swear this never happens. All right. I must have had too many Capri Suns before I came in here. Here's the thing, I had heard that language from like TV and movies and whatnot, but my middle school assumed that I had heard it from someone that was diddling me. And that it was my dad. Don't get sad, it didn't happen. It's a metaphorical diddling. That being said, on Father's Day, my dad did reveal that's the most embarrassing phone call of his life, because not only did my middle school assume that my dad was molesting me, but also that he was having trouble maintaining an erection while doing so. So my dad is on the phone with my middle school principal, trying to defend himself as a father, but also as a man. He's just talking to my principal like, yeah, I'm not fucking the kid, but I could if I wanted to.
Here's the tough part. Whenever I tell these jokes, I see some straight men get uncomfortable, and I don't want that to happen. I know a lot of y'all are pretty good people. I have to be nice to straight men because they won the election. But I'm happier that more people are being nice. Like, I have so many allies. I have so many straight friends that actually overcorrect. They overcompensate. A lot of my straight friends, this is what they do now. These tough guys, they'll be like, yeah, my friend's gay, and if you don't like it, I'll beat your ass. And then, after that, he's gonna eat your ass. Wait a second, hold on. Whoa. I gotta see some of these asses first. I can't. This is what some of my straight friends, this is what they say. They go, Jay, the way the industry is headed, I wish I was gay. And I go, you wish you were gay? Ooh, it's a pretty gay-ass wish, right? You don't need magic to be gay. You just have to give me 15 minutes. I promise, I can. Oh, okay. I was worried. Y'all were laughing like this at first. Is he gonna talk more about the shoes? Okay, yeah, hiking shoes. A lot of people think black people don't like hiking. We love hiking, but back then our ancestors called it escaping. You can laugh at that joke. Yeah. She's like, I'm waiting till Juneteenth to laugh at that.
So I've been working with this personal trainer, dumbest man I've ever met in my life. And we're talking about goals, and he's like, my life goal was always to lift a woman up and eat her pussy. Number one, does this gym have an HR department? I thought this was crunch, not munch. And also, did you say this was your life goal? Your whole life? Since kindergarten? Chris, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a cunnilingus power tower.
I'm decentering men for sure. That's what it's called, decentering men, right? Decentered, yeah. I mean, I'll still fuck them. But I learned, like, not to rely on men for, like, validation. Because women waste a lot of time being like, what is he thinking? Nothing. There's nothing. And I don't mean that, like, I'm certain there's a lot of smart guys in here. But even the guys know there's nothing. Like, this guy right now is like, I'm at a comedy show. I'm a guy. I'm having a great time, right? Every woman in the room is like, I have to lose 20 pounds. Should I have a baby? Wait. I think it's because growing up, women were watching The Notebook. So we thought we were going to get a guy writing us a letter every day for a year. Yeah, right. This motherfucker's never held a pencil. Okay, he's writing to you. He's like, I'm allergic to latex. That's what he's saying. And we give them so much credit. Like, I was looking at my boyfriend across the room and he was sitting like this. I was like, oh my God, he's philosophizing something. I was like, baby, what's going on? He's like, I'm holding in a fart. There's nothing going on.
These kids, they have no immune systems. They just pass diseases around their little kindergarten rooms. Little porn stars, they're like spitting in each other's mouths and stuff. And she gets sent home with a temperature all the time. And I put the thermometer in her ear and she screams and cries like I'm kicking her in the fucking head. And it's so hard as a parent to have empathy for your kid in that moment. Because when I was 5 years old, my mother took my temperature in my asshole, okay? She took a piece of glass filled with mercury. You fucking kids these days, you're like, Mercury's in retrograde. Mercury was in our assholes. The whole Clinton administration in our fucking assholes, okay? One wrong move, we were dead.
Sex updates now. It moves fast. I remember when eating ass just came out. Y'all remember that when it was new? You couldn't get it everywhere. It was regional. You had to go to certain cities. Only certain parts of town really knew about eating ass. It wasn't universal. And people didn't admit it like they do now. I see them day naps, they'll put it right there on the Tinder app. I'm a lawyer, New York City, I eat ass. And you're like, why is that the order of importance?
No, but I have good news for all of you heterosexuals. If you've been in this room for more than 5 minutes, if you can hear my voice, if you've been walking around New York City, congratulations. You caught the gay. Yeah. Everyone in this room is gay than somebody else, okay? Everyone in this room is gayer than their great-great-grandparents. Every man in here is gayer than his great-great-granddaddy because y'all pay money to see theater. Yeah, that's right. Stand-up comedy is just theater for homophobes. This is basically wicked.
I live in an apartment, never had a house. I have new people upstairs. They moved in 2 weeks ago. I already know their whole schedule. 6 a.m., they all get together in the living room and they drop a fucking bowling ball. 6:15, they river dance in the kitchen. 7 a.m., they push the couch up the hallway. Let's see how the couch looks in the bathroom. Doesn't fit in there again. Same thing happened yesterday. Let's try again tomorrow, same time. There's a couple live next to me and they argue in their bathroom next to my fucking head. But I never hear the words. I say, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? So I met him in the elevator and I was like, how you guys doing? He's like, Turns out they were retarded.